And and I'm, I'm really happy with how it turned out, obviously.
It's really cute. And it's knit in this really pretty color. And Lorna sent over the same yarn for the winners, which we'll talk about towards the end, but it's so pretty.
It is beautiful, and it's like this very pinky purple. I mean, you know me, like everything I knit is in a bright color, so I know not everybody is going to want to knit themselves a hot pink sweater, but I love it. It was perfect for me. I didn't have any choice in the color, really. We knew we needed something more toward the solid end, just because there is enough cabling going on. You don't want to necessarily make it too overwhelming, at least not in the sample where people are trying to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So she had, this was one of their new colorways, so that is why it worked out for me to use Burn, which is named after Chicago's mayor, and I think maybe the first one or the first female or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's some kind of important Chicago reference. So there you go. So yeah, it's beautiful. It is a single ply yarn, but it's so soft, and it's a little bit lighter than a Malabrigo. So I like that. My sweater, it's worsted gauge, and I get, I can't remember what the ball band even says on this yarn, but it feels like it's just a little bit lighter. I would say it's a light worsted, but it definitely blooms out, I think.
It is a light worsted, yeah.
Yeah, and my sweater is not super, it's not super stiff, It's not like really firm. It's nice and flexible and everything. So I think if you're knitting morning coffee and you're picking like more of an Aran weight sweater, it's not going to, or Aran weight yarn, it's not going to ruin it or anything. It is just going to give it that firmer fabric what you'd get with my sample, which is a little more drapey and pliable. But yeah, it's so soft.
I know it is. I was squishing it earlier this morning when I was getting it out. It's a great yarn. I love it, and I love single plies. They're actually one of my favorites. So I like being able to see.
They look gorgeous, and they're beautiful, beautiful to knit with. Of course, you have to worry about to keep track of your little pillar, deep pillar in its arms. But other than that, it's beautiful to knit with.
Yeah. And you're doing a knit along right now, or it's just starting? Yes. So tell us about that.
It's about to start. By the time you see this podcast, we will be underway. But the good news is that we're going till April 30th. So there's plenty of time to join in on our knit along. I'm sure lots of people will be jumping in late. And we are giving away a bunch of prizes in the knit along too. So I don't know. Do you want me to tell the prizes now, or you want me to wait till the end? The knit along prizes.
Yeah, you can just talk about them now. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, the knit along prizes are going to be based on how far you get, so you don't have to actually finish the sweater to be qualified for them.
I like
so that's like taking some of the pressure off.
Right.
You get points. I have like a point system set up. I'm kind of a nerd, what can I say? So depending on, you post a picture of where you are on the last day, and you get a certain number of points depending on how far you are. And I've set out, on my website, it says, okay, if you're down, past the, if you've already done your underarm, you get X number of points. If you're finished with your sweater, you get this many points, and bonus points. If you're done with the sleeves, you get this. So you entered that many times into the drawing.
Right.
So you could literally have just knit an inch on your sweater and get 1 point and still end up winning our grand prize. So
fun.
Whatever you can do, however much you can knit, we just want you to join us and have a good time. Yeah. And the grand prize I'm giving away is I have 2 skeins of Burn left over from my sample. So I'm giving away those along with a hard copy of my new little booklet that I mentioned, Top for Another Year. So you get that. And you also get 5 free PDF patterns of your choice from my line. So you can pick top When I Grow Up or anything. So that is the grand prize, and there's one of those. And then 2 runner-ups are going to get ebooks. They're going to get Top for a Year and Top for Another Year, plus 3 patterns of their choice. And then the 3 not really booby prizes are going to be given away, 2 free knitting patterns of your choice. So it's a total of 6 prizes. So lots of people should have opportunities to get some little goodies just by participating, and everyone's been really excited so far. We've had lots of pre-knit along activity in the thread, people talking about their yarn, and so it's
you can pick any yarn, or are people?
Yeah, a lot of people are using Lorna's, because we did team up with a yarn shop, Little Knits in Seattle, and so they offered a discount.
I love them.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I don't remember, I don't know that we talked about a deadline for this, so I don't want to
Well, it's okay. Sure we'll link to it, and if it's there,
I don't know if the account's still going to be up.
Right.
But all the info up for it is on my website. So if you, I'm sure that you'll be linking to that, and you can take a look at it, and you can always go to Little Knits and see if they still have it up or not. I don't know if they will, but we'll see. So yeah, they had like 25 colors in stock or something of this yarn. So they had a lot. And I do know that they seem to be doing well with the knit along, because I know a lot of colors are already back ordered. So
right, cool. So that's exciting. And it officially starts when?
It officially starts tomorrow, which is March 14th.
March 14th. Okay.
Yeah,
March 14th. So by the time this goes up, it's going to be a little bit.
We'll be underway for a little bit, a couple weeks. Cool. So
that's okay though, because since it's on a point system, you can knit an inch and it'll be fine.
Anytime. It doesn't matter at all. You'll be good to go.
Cool. So what have you been knitting? Let's talk a little bit about your personal knitting and stuff outside of the career. Have you gotten any personal knitting done with the baby?
No, I have. Well, see, yesterday is when I found out we were having another boy. So it's like I haven't really been doing any baby knitting because I don't like to bother until I know, I'm not really into the gender neutral knitting, especially since I always find out with mine, and I might as well just wait. So hopefully soon I'll start working on the baby's coming home outfit, because I always design something new for all my babies when they're coming home. So that'll be coming up. I was on bed rest for a little while at the beginning of this pregnancy, which was not fun, but I knit some cozy legs for my Oliver. So I knit him some adorable little cozy legs, which are like in his drawer, not in my sample bin, which is just different.
Which is nice.
Yeah, that's like, oh my gosh, they're really yours. And other than that, really, I've just been knitting for getting stuff done. Now, I did order yarn to knit my husband a Gramps cardigan, because he's been asking for that forever. But have I cast on? No, I have not. So,
maybe by Christmas?
Maybe. Could be. I don't know. With
but what year?
On and all the knitting that will be happening for the new baby and work, maybe Christmas like 3 years from now.
Yeah, right.
Hey, the yarn is here, and that is something.
That's important, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he actually, I've knit him, I've never knit him a sweater, but I've knit him a hat before. And he is not, he keeps insisting that he's going to wear this sweater all the time, which is why I'm agreeing to knit for him. But I'm not really convinced.
Positive. Yeah.
Not highly motivated, because we live in South Carolina, and he's a really warm-natured guy. He's the one wearing a short sleeve shirt when it's 55 degrees outside. And since it's rarely not 55 degrees outside in the day here, I'm like, when are you going to wear it? So, if we lived up north and I felt like he was going to wear it all the time, I would have done it by now.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.